Hello there, Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Let's tap into the energy around your connection and the person you're focused on and see what Spirit wants to reveal today. As always, keep what resonates with your heart and release anything that isn't meant for you. All right, Cancer, let's get into your reading. All right, the energy that I have for you today is this, and it carries real weight. This person has looked at every single part of who you are and they chose to stay. The age gap between you, the one the outside world fixates on, it means nothing to them. They see a future with you, and that vision has not wavered, not for a single moment. That is the core of what the cards are bringing forward today, and you need to hear it. Come in close because the confirmation sitting inside this reading is undeniable and deeply personal. So the first card I have for you is the Emperor, and this opens with full authority. The Emperor carries the presence of a person who has made a firm, unshakable decision about you. This person looked at you, they weighed everything, and they planted their feet right where they stand. The age difference crossed their mind at some point. It did, but it never became a real obstacle. What the Emperor confirms is that their commitment to you was built on certainty, not impulse. They are not guessing, they are not hoping it works out, they have already decided it will. A steadiness lives in how they hold you inside their mind, and the Emperor reflects that beautifully. They treat this connection with reverence, with protective devotion, like something they refuse to let crumble. That kind of resolve is rare, and the cards want you to see how intentional this person is. The Emperor does not represent wavering hearts. It represents a person who locked in their choice, and their choice without a single shadow of doubt in their entire being is you. The next card coming through is the Six of Cups, and this adds a beautiful new layer. The Six of Cups speaks to a bond that feels ancient, familiar, warm, almost like returning home. Despite the years that separate you on paper, this connection feels timeless and completely effortless. This person looks at you and feels a comfort they cannot explain, a recognition that bypasses logic. The Six of Cups does not appear for temporary attractions. It only arrives when roots run deep. You awaken something nostalgic in this person, a longing for love they stopped believing was real. They feel young with you. They feel unburdened. Like all the heaviness lifts when you are close. You bring out a softness in them that nobody else can reach, and this card confirms it fully. The Six of Cups confirms this bond transcends any gap in years, any difference the world highlights. Age becomes irrelevant when two souls recognize each other, and that is what happened between you. No amount of outside opinion can undo what this person feels when they are near you. This card says it is not a phase, it is not curiosity, it is a soul deep recognition. Then we have the Ace of Wands, and this card ignites the entire spread with undeniable fire. The Ace of Wands confirms this person is drawn to you on every level, mind, heart, and spirit. A creative, passionate charge pulses between you two, and it has nothing to do with timing. This person feels alive around you. They feel awakened, like you reignited a flame they thought was gone. The Ace of Wands does not surface unless the desire is genuine, raw, and entirely unforced. This person sees their future when they look at you, and that picture fills them with pure excitement. You are not merely a chapter in their story. You are the beginning of something they will protect. Every glance, every moment shared between you, it feeds a fire that burns brighter, not dimmer. The Ace of Wands confirms this pull is not fading, it is intensifying with every single passing day. This person has made their decision about you, and the years between you hold zero power over it. All three cards pulled today echo the same truth, and the universe is not being subtle about it. This person sees a future with you and no gap in years. No outside noise will shake that. The certainty in these cards is absolute, and the love behind it runs deeper than years ever could. That is what anchors this entire reading, and it only grows more powerful from here. Now let us talk about you because a lot has been happening beneath the surface lately. You have been carrying a quiet awareness that this connection holds something extraordinary inside it. But alongside that awareness, you have also been holding fear. fear that it might not last. The age difference has weighed on your mind more than you have admitted out loud to anyone. You wonder if the world will accept what you have, or if outside judgment will eventually creep in. As a water sign ruled by the moon, your sensitivity to outside currents runs deeper than most, and that awareness amplifies every fear that drifts in. So, the first card here is the star, and it speaks directly to your emotional state today. The star says you have been healing from something old, a wound that predates this entire connection. You entered this dynamic already carrying doubts about whether you deserve something this real and pure. Part of you still questions it, still waits for the rug to be pulled, for heartbreak to arrive. But the star confirms that you are moving through that fear. Even when progress feels invisible, you are learning to trust again. And that process is fragile, delicate, slow, and deeply uncomfortable. The star does not appear for people who have given up. It appears for those actively choosing hope. And that is exactly where you stand. Choosing hope even when your entire past screams otherwise. You have survived versions of love that left you emptier than when you started. And that shaped you. It made you cautious. It made you guarded. But it also sharpened your ability to recognize authenticity. The star confirms you already sense what you have is different, even if you cannot name why yet. Deep down, beneath every layer of hesitation, you know this connection was meant to find you. The next card we have is the Queen of Swords, and this reveals something specific about you. The Queen of Swords shows you process love through your mind before you let your heart lead. You analyze, you observe, you measure every word and action, searching for proof that opening up is safe. You have built a wall of logic around your emotions, and it has protected you for years. But the Queen of Swords also confirms that you are exhausted from holding that wall in place. You crave the freedom of vulnerability. You want to release control, but the thought of it terrifies you. You are caught between wanting to surrender fully and needing to maintain authority over your own heart. The Queen of Swords says you have earned the right to rest from that battle, to finally exhale. You do not need to figure everything out alone, and you do not need every answer before trusting. The clarity you seek will not come from thinking harder. It will come from letting yourself feel. Following that, we see the Four of Wands. And this shifts the emotional landscape beautifully. The Four of Wands confirms that part of you has already started building a vision of the future. You have imagined what stability looks like with this connection, and those visions bring you quiet joy. There are moments when you let yourself dream freely, and in those moments, all doubt disappears. The Four of Wands says, your heart already knows where it belongs, even when your mind resists it. You have been waiting for permission to celebrate what you have, and the cards are granting it today. You deserve to feel settled. You deserve to feel chosen. And the Four of Wands confirms it. The joy that flickers inside you when you think about a shared future, that is not naive hope. That is your intuition speaking the truth. And the Queen of Swords agrees it is time to listen. You have spent so long protecting yourself that you nearly forgot what it feels like to be held. But the cards confirm you are ready. Even if readiness feels messy and imperfect and uncertain today, your heart has already made its choice, and the only thing left is letting yourself honor that fully. You are standing at the edge of the most important surrender of your life, and you are ready. The fear has not left entirely, but it no longer controls the direction your heart is moving toward. That is what sits on your side of this reading, and it is deeply beautiful to witness. Okay, let us step into their world now, because what is happening on their side runs deep. This person has been sitting with emotions they do not fully understand, and it consumes them quietly. The age difference between you has crossed their mind more than once, but never as a deal breaker. It crosses their mind because the world taught them to question it, not because their heart ever did. Internally, they have already resolved that the gap in years changes nothing about how they feel. So, the first card on their side is the Knight of Pentacles, and this tells us something crucial. The Knight of Pentacles represents a person who moves with intention, patience, and calculated devotion. This person is not rushing toward you recklessly. They are approaching with deliberate, grounded focus. Every step they take in your direction has been measured, considered, and chosen with full awareness. The Knight of Pentacles confirms that this person views you as a long term investment of their heart. They are not interested in temporary warmth. They are building towards something permanent and unbreakable. There is a quiet determination in them that most people would overlook, but the cards see it. They have been planning, thinking about the logistics of a shared future, working it out in their head. The Knight of Pentacles says their love language is action, not grand declarations or empty promises. They prove how they feel through consistency, through showing up, through refusing to disappear when things get hard. This person does not attach themselves to connections they see as fleeting, and yours is anything but that. The Knight of Pentacles confirms they have made a private vow about you that nobody else knows about. The next card coming through on their side is the Moon, and this unveils their hidden fears. The Moon reveals that beneath their steady exterior, this person carries anxiety they have never voiced. They worry about whether the world will judge the two of you, whether outside opinions will poison things. They fear that societal pressure might eventually reach you and cause you to pull away from them. The Moon confirms their greatest fear is not the age gap. It is losing you because of it. They lay awake wondering if they are enough, if what they offer truly measures up for you. That insecurity is not something they broadcast. They bury it deep behind confidence, behind composure. But the Moon strips all of that away and shows us a person who is terrified of abandonment. They have been hurt before by connections that promised forever and delivered nothing but wreckage. Those wounds shaped how they approach you carefully, protectively, always bracing for the moment it falls apart. The Moon also reveals that they have vivid dreams about you, and those dreams unsettle them deeply, not because the dreams are unpleasant, but because the intensity of the emotion inside them feels overwhelming. Following that, we see the Nine of Cups, and this card completely transforms the picture. The Nine of Cups is the wish card, and on their side, it confirms one undeniable truth. You are the wish they made, the person they described before they ever knew your name or face. The Nine of Cups says this person feels a fulfillment with you that nothing else has ever provided. They look at you and see everything they spent years convincing themselves they would never actually find. The gratitude they carry for your presence in their life is something they struggle to articulate out loud. The Nine of Cups confirms this person has already placed you at the absolute center of their world. When they look at you, the age gap vanishes. All they see is the answer to a prayer. Their feelings are not casual. They are not experimental. They are rooted, intentional, and frighteningly real. The Nine of Cups says they have decided you are the one, even if voicing it scares them. That is the full picture of what lives inside them, and it is far deeper than you realize. That is their side of this reading. And the sincerity behind every card is impossible to deny. So let us go ahead and get into it, because the action around you is picking up. Movement is no longer building in the background. It is stepping into your physical reality now. Decisions are being made, and the energy around this situation is shifting visibly this week. The stillness you felt before is breaking apart, and what replaces it carries momentum you cannot ignore. This person is about to take a visible step toward you, and it catches you off guard. They are reorganizing their life quietly, making space for you before they even say a word. Movement is accelerating, and the cards confirm that the connection is not standing still any longer. The first card in the action position is the Eight of Wands, and this accelerates everything at once. The Eight of Wands confirms messages, calls, or direct contact arriving sooner than you anticipate right now. This card does not delay. It represents swift communication that cuts through all the previous hesitation cleanly. The Eight of Wands says they will reach out and the timing will feel sudden. A conversation you have been waiting for is accelerating toward you, and it lands without much warning. This card confirms plans being set into motion rapidly, and the pace of this shift will surprise you. The Eight of Wands removes the waiting period entirely and replaces it with direct, undeniable forward motion. You may receive a text, a call, or an unexpected visit. and the urgency behind it is real. The swiftness of this card means there is no more circling, no more stalling, and no more avoidance. They decided they are done holding back, and that decision already started producing visible results. The Eight of Wands confirms travel may also be involved, whether a short trip or a deliberate visit. The second card is the Chariot, and this brings powerful forward drive into the entire situation around you. The Chariot confirms they locked onto a direction and nothing will pull them off course. This is not passive attraction anymore. This is focused determination aimed at building something tangible with you. The Chariot says they made their choice and now they execute it with discipline and clear precision. Their actions from this point forward will be deliberate, structured, and impossible for you to ever misread. The Chariot does not waver once it begins moving, and this card confirms the pursuit has officially started. They are cutting through obstacles that previously held them stuck, and their resolve feels unshakable. Expect clear behavioral changes that match the words, because the Chariot demands alignment between intention and action. This card also confirms external circumstances shifting to support the connection, not block it any longer. Doors that were previously closed are beginning to open, and the timing of these openings is deliberate. The Chariot says the path forward is being cleared, and both of you will feel the shift arrive. The third card is the Two of Pentacles, and this confirms the balancing act happening in their life. The Two of Pentacles reveals active juggling of responsibilities, creating room for you inside their schedule. They are rearranging priorities, shifting commitments, and making practical adjustments to fit you into their world. This card confirms the effort is not theoretical, it is showing up in how they spend their time. The Two of Pentacles says they manage finances, schedules, and logistics, preparing for something concrete with you. The balancing act is not easy for them, but they choose to handle it rather than retreat. Every practical adjustment they make is a form of commitment, and the Chariot confirms they will not stop. The Eight of Wands brought speed. The Chariot locked direction, and the Two of Pentacles organized it. All three cards confirm action is no longer pending. It has already begun unfolding around your life. The movement coming toward you is tangible, deliberate, and backed by effort. You will be able to see what arrives next will not feel like guesswork. It will feel like clarity at your front door. The action phase of this reading is fully activated, and the cards confirm forward motion on every level. Now let us see what the cards are showing, because what hides beneath the surface is finally revealing. Confessions live inside this person, and they have not found the words to release them yet. What they carry in silence is louder than anything spoken, and the cards expose all of it today. The desires buried beneath their composure are intense, and what they secretly want involves you completely. They replay your name in their thoughts constantly, and it has become a fixation they carefully conceal. They hold a confession so heavy, speaking it aloud feels like surrendering their entire sense of control. They do not want you to know the full depth of what they feel, because that vulnerability terrifies them. The hidden truth is that they want more than they have ever admitted to you or to themselves. The first card in the confession position is the High Priestess, and this unlocks everything they suppress. The High Priestess confirms layers beneath what they show you, and those layers run dangerously deep inside. They have been keeping a secret about the intensity of their attachment, and it consumes them nightly. They think about you in ways they would never confess openly, and those thoughts border on devotion. The High Priestess reveals their silence is not absence of feeling, it is the raw overflow of it. They swallow their words because the truth feels too large, and releasing it would change everything between you. This card confirms they know what they want, but admitting it means crossing a line they deeply fear. The High Priestess also reveals they whispered your name in private moments of pure weakness. They rehearse telling you exactly how they feel, and each time they retreated before the words arrived. What they hide is not casual interest. It is a consuming devotion they cannot seem to quiet inside. The High Priestess says, care for you sits in a sacred place, untouched and fiercely protected within them. The second card is the Seven of Cups, and this exposes the fantasies built around you in private. The Seven of Cups confirms they imagined an entire life with you, constructed inside their own mind. They picture mornings with you, quiet evenings together, and a closeness that exists only in their daydreams. The Seven of Cups reveals desires beyond romance. They crave emotional fusion and total belonging with you. They fantasize about the moment they finally tell you everything, and that scene replays constantly on repeat. They imagine your reaction, your voice, your face, and the relief of no longer carrying this alone. The Seven of Cups says their inner world is saturated with you, and no distraction dulls that ache. Their fantasies are not shallow, they are detailed, emotional blueprints of a life they desperately want built. They secretly crave emotional closeness with you, and that particular longing sits right beneath their composure. The Seven of Cups reveals guilt attached to the intensity because they feel they want far too much. They question whether their devotion is reasonable, and that self doubt prevents them from ever voicing it. The third card is the Page of Swords, and this uncovers hidden curiosity driving their private behavior. The Page of Swords confirms they have been quietly observing your life from a very careful distance. They check your presence without making it obvious, and their attention is far more constant than you realize. The page reveals a restless need to understand you, and that curiosity fuels everything they do in secret. They typed messages to you and deleted them, drafted vulnerable words, and erased them before ever sending. The Page of Swords says they gathered details about your life quietly, piecing together who you truly are. Their hidden confession is that they already feel they know you intimately, without full direct confirmation. The High Priestess revealed suppressed truth. The Seven of Cups exposed fantasies, and the Page uncovered devotion. What they carry in silence is heavier than anything shown, and the cards confirmed every bit of it. Their confessions live in late night thoughts, unsent messages, and rehearsed conversations that never reach you. So let us go ahead and close this out because the near future holds something truly beautiful. The final cards confirm everything this reading spoke, and what lies ahead is filled with divine purpose. The first near future card is the Ten of Cups, and this represents emotional fulfillment at its peak. The Ten of Cups confirms this connection is heading toward genuine harmony, and that harmony satisfies deeply. The love arriving in the weeks ahead is not partial. It is whole and deeply nourishing for you. The Ten of Cups confirms the resolution you craved, and it sits closer than you realize right now. A chapter of peace is opening up for you, and this card promises warmth at every single layer. The second near future card is the Wheel of Fortune, and this confirms a destined shift approaching. The wheel says timing is aligning in your favor, and circumstances are rotating toward your blessing right now. What felt stuck before is about to turn, and the momentum behind it carries divine orchestration entirely. The wheel confirms the universe has been preparing this shift, and nothing about its arrival is random. The advice card is the Hierophant, and this asks you to trust the process with patience today. The Hierophant says, do not rush. Let clarity arrive on its terms. Trust what your spirit already knows and allow the right path to reveal itself without any forcing. The Hierophant confirms guidance surrounds you, and your inner wisdom remains your greatest compass through this. This card asks you to honor the sacredness of this connection and let timing make everything clear. Now let us bring this message together because the core truth of this reading deserves to be spoken. This person sees a future with you, the age gap means nothing to them, and the love they carry is profoundly real. The message that opened this reading confirmed you are not imagining it and everything is entirely real. This connection carries depth, and the cards validated every layer without hesitation at all. Here is your full card confirmation covering every part of this reading from beginning to end. The Emperor confirmed firm commitment in the first part, and the Six of Cups revealed timeless soul recognition. The Ace of Wands ignited fresh passion. And those three cards together set the entire reading in motion. The Star reignited your hope. The Queen of Swords mirrored your guarded heart, and the Four of Wands showed your inner vision of celebration. The Knight of Pentacles confirmed grounded long-term devotion. The Moon exposed their hidden fears, and the Nine of Cups named you as their wish fulfilled. The Eight of Wands brought swift movement, and the Chariot locked in their determined forward direction firmly. The Two of Pentacles confirmed they reorganized daily life, making practical space to include you in everything. The High Priestess unlocked suppressed confessions, and the Seven of Cups exposed their most private fantasies. The Page of Swords revealed quiet observation, confirming that their attention toward you runs deeper than shown. The Ten of Cups promised fulfillment. The Wheel of Fortune confirmed divine timing, and the Hierophant offered guidance. 15 cards total, and every single one pointed toward you being deeply loved and fully chosen. Not one card contradicted the message, and the consistency across this reading is undeniable and entirely clear. You came into this reading carrying questions, and the cards answered every one of them with full certainty. This person loves you, and the universe arranged this moment so you could hear it without any doubt. You are worthy of the love reaching for you, and you always have been, without condition or question. The path ahead holds resolution, fulfillment, and the kind of connection your heart has quietly prayed for. Nothing revealed today was accidental, and every part of this reading was divinely meant to find you here. You are seen, you are valued, and the love surrounding your name is greater than you ever imagined.